The next product we're going to review today is Fuse Transact from Fuse Autotech. This is an amazing platform that started from within inside a dealership, and you might say that this is the first point of sale platform for automotive retail. Their platform now integrates with CDK DMS, DealerTrack, Route 1, Techion. Well, the list continues, but more importantly, not just the integrations, but the ability to actually transact a single source of payment truth integrated into the dealers, banks, and financing partners, the ability to quote, complete, and transact inside the dealership or in a hybrid, online and in the dealership. Fuse Transact is really the next generation of automotive retail software. But don't take my word for it. Let's take a look at Fuse Transact to see how they're changing the way retail transactions are done in 2023.
This is Alan with Fuse Autotech. We're going to be taking a look at Fuse Transact, which is the in-store point of sale system that Fuse offers as part of our 3-product suite. If you were with us for the Fuse digital retail video, you'll know that we had a shopper configure a 2022 Honda Passport Trail Sport, and we now pick that deal up in the Fuse Deals dashboard so that when the customer arrives at the store, we can pick up right where they left off in their digital retail experience. So let's move ahead with this deal that we did on a 2022 Honda. Here we see everything the customer has entered when they were on digital retail. We've got the address. We've got, in this case, no trade. They've chosen 0 down, 60 months. They've estimated their credit score at 700. If we wanted to, we could do a soft pull and let the customer see even a more accurate payment here. They've selected 3 protection products. There is a VSC, GAP, and then the limited warranty is a 150,000 mile warranty that the dealership offers at no charge with all of their vehicles. At this point, we could add an accessory or 2. We could also review conditional rebates to see if the client is qualified for an additional discount. But let's move ahead with this. We can click the review button. And now we can show the customer everything they're signing up for. The vehicle, the term, the days to first payment, all of the details they would need to be informed about the purchase they're about to make. Have room for a dealership marketing message on the left, which is custom configured, a disclosure of the deal at the bottom of the screen. So let's start the application. I'm going to use an autofill here, but let's get Alan's name in. And we'll do that just like this. And do this just so we are consistent. Very good. And I'm going to put in the address that is correct. Okay, we'll put in the Minnesota driver's license. And a driver's license number. Current employer, let's make sure that looks about right. And now if the customer didn't add a trade before, but a trade suddenly appears in the transaction, we can add that. We can add an owned trade either by using Kelley Blue Book or another system, or we can just add in the value and payoff if we've appraised the vehicle, say in vAuto. So let's go there, move ahead, collect the insurance information, get an effective date here that is going to work. Okay, oops, they want a date before that, so let's put 01 and move ahead. And the expiration date has to be before 2023. So let's do that. 11/28. And there we go. All right. Some additional information here. We can add a plate that's customized, one of the special affinity plates that's available through the particular states. We'll stick with the standard plate and move ahead. Now we've got a review screen. So this is everything we're going to submit on the credit application. We could add a co-applicant at this time. We can review and edit all of these fields. So if we see a typo in the address, we can go in there and correct that before we move ahead. Customer is looking at this saying it all looks accurate to me, and we move ahead. For the submission of a credit application, we're going to need some disclosures. So let's take a look at those. We'll start with electronic signatures on the required disclosures, plus if the dealership has particular documents that are unique to their operation, we'll custom configure those so that the customer can sign at the same time. Okay, now we're ready to submit our credit application into Route 1 or DealerTrack. Application is being processed. And we're nearly complete. Now, let's take a short break because at this point, I'm showing the sales manager or F&I manager's screen. This is typically a screen a salesperson or the initial finance agent wouldn't see. And so at this point, we're going to want to review the deal structure, make sure everything looks good there. Might take a look at the application. We may have something based on what we see in Route 1 that we want to send back to the salesperson. So we could just tag them, pardon me, and say we will need a co-buyer. So we could send a message back to the person working with the customer. I'm not going to do that. So after a sales manager or F&I manager has given this deal a thorough quality check, including OFAC and red flags, deal info, and application info, we can approve the application. At this point, before I present a 3-column menu, I may want to add some other terms based on what I see in Route 1. So let's put 66 months and say that's available at 5.9%. And let's put 72 at 7.9%. And continue. Now we're nearly complete. And we have a credit approval that's come back, and we're going to continue the process by reviewing the protection products. Here we see a 3-column menu. We have a protected choice that has everything. In the case of a personal choice, we could configure that to show fewer products. And what I'm going to do before I present this to my customer is I'm going to show some different terms here. I'm going to change that to 72 months. I think I'll change this one to 66 months so that I can present F&I products, payments and terms in a manner that gives the customer some choices. So we have 72, 66, and 60. This is all custom configurable. In the custom menu, these are the products that the customer chose during the Fuse Transact journey. Maybe we're going to add some more, maybe we'll move them to the personal choice. In this case, we can see that for not a lot more, $952 versus $933, the customer could get a fully protected purchase at 72 months. And I'm just going to click on that and let the customer select that option. Now we move to signing. And I can upload some documents. So let's say I want to upload the customer's driver's license. We can go there and maybe we upload a driver's license. And if we need a, say, proof of residence, proof of income, proof of employment, or something else, that can be uploaded at this time. And we've got that done, so let's move to next. And the system will start creating the contracts. And typically there's going to be 20 to 30 pages of documents, sometimes more, depending on the state you're in. But we'll start creating those. Okay, as I said, there's undoubtedly nearly 30 documents. They're all being put together. And now we can see that they're ready for signing. So let's start with the Fuse Transact signing ceremony. And we're going to do consent to e-sign. And then start moving through the various documents. This is the credit reporting. We're going to take a look here at the acknowledgement. Moving ahead to the notice to motor vehicle credit applicant, the agreement to provide insurance, conditional delivery agreement. Now we've got credit application. We're going to want to sign that. Initial, sign. So the system won't let you go forward until all of the required signatures are applied. This is a due bill, a we owe. We could also custom configure that with anything that's in the deal. And we're going to sign that. Here's a product price and payment disclosure where we've listed out all of the F&I products that the customer has agreed to buy with a total and the installment price excluding the items or our base payment and the installment including the items. Customer signs that. We move ahead. Vehicle service contract. Need a few initials here and a signature. The trade summary is a document this particular dealership requires that they use for booking in the trade and getting the payoff. So we would fill that out and move ahead. We've got the mechanical repair contract. And because the client picked all of the options, we're going to have a few documents to sign here as they move through the F&I products that they selected. Prepaid maintenance, tire and wheel and paintless dent service. We've got the gap contract. Okay, a few signatures on that. And we move through to the next one. There's a car care limited warranty. which I missed the signature on. Won't let me go forward till I make the signature. Okay, these contracts are being processed and they are waiting for contract approval. Here we have it. This is the deal number inside the DMS. In this case, it's CDK. Everything has been completed electronically. And we're going to go back here to the deal. We see that this is a done deal. And we can now look in the deal jacket and see what has occurred here. The first thing we might want to do, we just look at the structure. We can see this is where we would find the deal in Route 1. It's all written to Route 1. This is everything that's happened. In this case, it would be Route 1, could be dealer track. Let's look at the documents. So if I wanted to print all the documents, I just hit this. And we can see there's 28 sheets of paper. And if we wanted to print or download an email, we could do it here. If there was anything that required a wet signature, we could select that document and print it out for a wet signature right here. So we have just completed a sale. We can see the history here of everything that was done during this sale and that we have a done deal. And we've got a customer on the way in very short order with a very transparent process using Fuse Transact, the first point of sale system for car dealers.
Hope you enjoyed that overview from Fuse Auto Tech. Imagine being able to sit down with a consumer to find the best payment based on the current combination of banks and lending offers in the market. Imagine having a single source of truth for payments across the entire ecosystem so the consumer doesn't see two different payments quoted depending on what phase of the sales process they're in. With DealerTrack, CDK, Route 1, Techion integrations, and more to come, this tool, which is being used with over 50 dealerships currently in production, represents a time-saving and customer-centric retail sales process. And since so many things could be called a retail sales process, maybe we should just call Fuse Transact the first automotive point-of-sale system. Remember, the reason why it takes so long to get a deal done is, well, every other area of retail has a POS system, but not automotive. It was too disjointed, too complicated, too many chefs in the kitchen. Well, this represents a breakthrough, and we're really excited to see how fast this platform has grown each year as we reviewed it. If you want more information on Fuse Transact, just go to fuseautotech.com.